Bile is that yellow-green liquid you sometimes see after you vomit. Many people describe it as this gross, poison green-like stuff. Old myths even said green vomit meant you were possessed or cursed. Spoiler alert, it's definitely not poison. In fact, it does a lot of important work in our bodies. In village traditions, green vomit meant evil spirits. Today it probably just means maybe somebody tried 4 flavors of Pani Puri in just one sitting. Hi, I'm Gaurav and you are watching Gut Instincts. Today let's dive into what exactly is bile and why does our body need it? Bile is very important for human health. It's made by the liver, one of our body's hardest working organs, with more jobs than you can count. Way back, ancient healers thought bile was key, especially in the humoral theory, which ruled medicine for centuries. Hippocrates and Galen, who were well known healers then, believed that four fluids blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile, according to humoral theory, were needed to be balanced for good health and even personality. Yellow bile was linked to choleric temperament, which made a person energetic, ambitious, sometimes a bit hot-headed. Black bile was tied to melancholic personality, in deep thinkers who could get sad easily. In medieval times, people thought too much bile made you sick or even gave you fever or an upset stomach. Doctors even tried bloodletting and purging, forcing people to vomit or get diarrhea to balance bile. Some alternative medicine practitioners still use similar harmful methods. Some natural therapy retreats promise gut reset, which is just a fancy way of saying supervised diarrhea. In Ayurveda, bile is called Pitta, one of the three doshas responsible for digestion, metabolism, and energy. The other doshas are Vata and Kapha. Too much Pitta was once blamed for heat problems, which doesn't hold up scientifically now. It's interesting how bile has always captivated us, even when many of the old theories were way off. So, what does bile actually do? Our bodies need bile to digest fats, balance cholesterol, and get rid of some waste products. The liver pumps about 750 to 1000 ml of bile daily. Bile is mostly water, but the star players are bile acids. So, we need to understand bile acids first. There are two types of bile acids, primary and secondary. The liver makes primary bile acids from cholesterol. Yes, that cholesterol which has a bad reputation. Then gut bacteria convert these primary bile acids into secondary bile acids. You might sometimes also hear a term called bile salts. They are the active part of bile acids that actually do the work. Bile acids are nature's detergent for fat digestion. Picture this: digestive enzymes and big fat droplets kind of repel each other like magnets with the same poles. Bile acids break down these large fat globules into tiny droplets so that enzymes are no longer repelled and they can do the job. Imagine a washing machine. Without detergent, oily stains do not get washed away just by adding water. Bile acids are like that detergent, but better. They mix fat in our food with the watery intestinal juices and help in digestion. The best part is, unlike the washing machine detergent, they mostly stain the intestinal machinery to be reused every cycle. Or think about SpaceX Falcon 9 booster rocket. Recycling and reuse used to be unheard of in space tech, but now it's commonly used. Bile acids do the same recycling trick inside your body. Most bile acids get reabsorbed in the lower intestine and are sent back to the liver, keeping the process efficient. A small amount of bile acids which are not absorbed, they reach the large intestine, where gut bacteria transform them into secondary bile acids. This affects the unique bile acid pool composition each person has. It is called bile acid signature of that person. It is a mix that reflects one's gut microbiome. Scientists are actually researching how these profiles Bile acid profiles relates to metabolism, diseases, and even brain health. Strong evidence is accumulating these days that these bile acids have important role in neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Secondary bile acids and gut microbes help produce serotonin, which is the feel-good chemical that control moods and emotions. When serotonin is balanced, people feel happier and calmer. We have trillions of microbes, bacteria, fungi, and viruses living in peaceful cooperation in our guts. They help balance hormones, synthesize nutrients, keep our mood stable, and have many other benefits. But we still label them as germs. If these microbes had a union and if they went on strike, our colon would be in complete chaos. Some microbes can be harmful though. Bile acids are part of our intestinal defense system, keeping those microbes in check. Bile acids also help liver produce even more bile. They speed up protein digestion. They maintain cholesterol balance. Now forget the media's cholesterol scare stories. Cholesterol is very vital. Every cell in our body needs it for its membranes, making steroid hormones like vitamin D and even nerve signals. Only the bad cholesterol is problematic. You fear cholesterol like a horror movie villain, but really it's just the body's friendly neighborhood multitasker, saving your brain, hormones, and even your mood. Coming back to bile acids also prevent kidney stones by reducing absorption in the intestines. They act like hormones to control fat, sugar, and cholesterol metabolism. They also fight inflammation. See, bile acids are a multitasking marvel. When we fast, bile acids concentrate up to 10 times in the gallbladder, which stores about 90% of our bile acid pool. When we eat, gallbladder squeezes and it sends bile into the small intestine to help digest fats. Our bile acid cycling speeds up after meals and slows when we are fasting, recycling 2 to 3 times per meal, keeping the total pool size around 2 to 4 grams. So it's make this whole cycle efficient and sustainable. Bile acids are like a dependable friend who always shows up without any drama. Perhaps this bile acid recycling helps explain why its importance often gets overlooked. Now, if there is no gallbladder, then what happens to the bile acids? They're normally stored in the gallbladder as I discussed before. In this scenario, they stay in the upper part of the small intestine and move along with gut motility during digestion. But mind you, bile acids can also cause problems, especially the abnormal ones. Newborns, weight loss surgery patients, or those with blocked bile flow can have abnormal bile acids levels that can harm the liver and the body. Now let's understand the other bile components. Phospholipid, which is a kind of fat, it amounts to about 20% of the dissolved content. Cholesterol amounts to about 4%. It's mostly made in the liver. Diet contributes a little though. Bilirubin is another component. It's a yellow-orange pigment from the death of old red blood cells in our body, in our blood. It gives bile its color and makes stools brown. Excess bilirubin causes jaundice with yellowing of eyes and skin. Besides digestion, bile helps get rid of drugs and heavy metals, which your liver detoxifies. Now beware of the social media detox fads. Your body detoxifies every second. No magical drinks are needed. Thinking that your body will detoxify by taking some random health food or drink daily or getting an occasional cleansing enema will not help. It will only promote someone's business or influence. Kidneys, liver, and even lungs work non-stop to detoxify your body. Take care of them. They will take care of your detox ritual. Even that commercial detox potion is also detoxified by one of these organs. Detox beverages are like motivational posters for your intestines. Bold claims, but no results. Let's recap. Bile is an unsung hero of the body, like Indian homemaker moms, silently working, underappreciated until missing. One emulsifies oil in curries, the other in your intestines. Both clean up messes nobody notices. If your body doesn't make enough bile or bile flow gets blocked, you might get many problems like difficult digesting fats, vitamin deficiency, endotoxemia, which is a nasty inflammation throughout the body from toxins of gut bacteria, cholesterol imbalances, toxin buildup in the body, jaundice. No one talks much about the dull topic of bile. I hope that this video has shed some light on this topic. If not, well, I pray that the video doesn't give you too much yellow bile and make you angry and irritable. Just kidding. There is no link between bile our temper and body heat. Thank you for watching Gut Instincts. Goodbye.